Before they put you on the field, teams poke, prod, and examine you, searching for any defect that might affect your performance. No boundary respected, no dignity left intact.
Come on, boy, hurry up. Look at that shape there. Look at this. Mr. Farber, I got your bid. 30, James, 30 to you. 100. So, next one coming up, best one we got. 500. 600. Right here. Look at this here. Come on, who wants this? 700. There we go now. 1,000.
1,000. I'm telling you what I want.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, joining me now to talk about that insanity and his awesome new book is my friend Charles Love. His new book is Race Crazy, BLM 1619, and the progressive racism movement. Charles, I'll be honest, I've kind of come around on Colin Kaepernick. I used to hate his guts. Now I think I just respect the hustle. I mean, that's so stupid and outlandish. He's clearly making a fortune with this stuff. I think I respect it.
No, I think you're wrong, Jesse. I mean, I know my book is called Race Crazy, but you're wrong. This is not crazy. This is wonderful. I mean, I've been thinking this for a long time. I'm like, this is just like a slave auction. I want someone to say that, point out how good. Well, I don't know. Maybe slave auctions were good because he tried to do one. Remember when he had the media and he went to the place and said, I want to play, you all come to me. He was okay with them checking him out. And it's also interesting, this video, they're all black. I didn't know that there weren't any white players in the NFL. Do they only do this stuff to the black players? Is that what happens? This is madness. Obviously, this is crazy. And the fact that people take it seriously, he's not the problem. DuVernay is not the problem. Netflix putting this crap on is the problem.
Charles, help me understand what the market is for this. Because I don't believe the majority of American people look at that and believe that's an apt comparison. Not white people, not black people, not Republicans, not even Democrats. I believe the majority of the country looks at that and collectively rolls their eyes. And yet he's signing multi-million-dollar deals with Nike. That I guarantee got paid a real nice payout by Netflix. How is there all this corporate money support and yet no popular support? It's very odd to me.
Yeah, they have a whole, they live in a different stratosphere. So they have a different agenda and a different thought process. They look at numbers, right? And if they think that most people, because they don't believe it, right? So they know most people don't think that. I don't believe it. But I know that the people who believe it, this cancel culture and that kind of thing, they're so rabid that if, we see all the people getting in trouble for doing certain things, but we're ignoring because we don't get the glow of it. But we're ignoring that some people get benefits from it. They want the attaboy. That's what they want. They want to be like, well, we did this great thing. So now all the radicals and the progressives, the extremists are going to say, hey, go buy their product. Look at how cool they are. And they're happy and they're dancing. And that's why they're doing it. They know it's not moving the needle. They know whatever racism is left in the country, stupid stuff like this is not going to do anything for it. They know all that. But what they get is, how about this? Do you think people will watch this madness? Probably, right? Even the people who roll their eyes at it, it got a lot of clicks, and then they say, oh, there's a special. Let's watch the special. Some to say, I support it. Most to say, let's see how far they go. But they watch it.
I guess you're probably right. Man, it's disheartening, but I guarantee you're right. All right, now as people know, I have guests on from all walks of life, all religions, all skin colors, and I don't ask, this is just something I don't believe in. I don't ask every black guest I have a bunch of black questions. I hate that. I think that's always beneath everyone when people do that. But I actually, for the first time I can remember on this show, I'm going to play Charles Love a video, and I'm going to ask a black question. Charles, look at this MSNBC analyst, because I have a question.
Problem is here, they want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is a black mouth moving, but a white idea through the running on the runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices.
Charles, Everyone's petty. Everyone can be
that's right.
petty.
You had a
Everyone
question.
can
I'm
be
sorry.
insulting. No, everyone's petty. Everyone can be insulting. But the things black communists say to any black person on the right are the most detestable things. It is routine. I see these things come out of their mouths and I'm just stunned. Why? Why is that rift so bad? It's awful.
It is awful. The reason why it's not complicated but it's funny, because what they tend to often say is blacks who don't agree with us are just playing up for white people. They'll say that to me. I don't talk about, I've been on the show several times. I don't talk about Republican stuff, but they'll still say, you're just saying stuff to make white people happy, which is foolish. I say what I want to say. But beyond that, let's give them their argument. That's Mike Floyd. So I'm saying it to make the white Republicans happy. Well, he's saying stuff to make white progressives happy. But that's okay, right? So for him to get on there and disrespect a black woman, right? Instead of anybody else that would say, look, at black people won an election, a statewide election, they said, nope, white ventriloquism. It's silliness. And most people don't believe it like the other topic, but they'll say, well, I don't like what she said. And what is she parroting that are white ideas? So her saying, I'm not a victim is a white idea. So you ain't really black unless you say you're a victim. Nobody says that. Most of my black friends, to be honest, will say that this stuff is foolishness. To be honest, the reason you don't hear from them is because they do believe that obviously racism was really bad. We still have some of it. So they're like, I think it's dumb. But if white people got to squirm a little bit, it's kind of funny. They chuckle. They think it's funny to watch white people explain it out. But they don't buy it. They don't buy it. They don't like these people. They don't like BLM. They just think it's funny to see white people try to, defend it. It's funny. It's just a joke to them. And so is he.
I respect that. I respect that. All right, race crazy. You wrote the book. Everyone's already talking about the daggone thing. What is this book? What's race crazy about?
Well, you talked about early on saying that you don't think anybody buys this stuff. Even Democrats don't buy it. So I'm trying to do a unique approach to this stuff. So we heard all about it. When the country was burning last year, people kind of took notice. But they all ran to their camps and they explained it from it's good because it's reparations, or it's bad and it hurts the country. I just wanted to say, we need to get the masses, and most people are somewhere in the middle. So I'm speaking to them. I'm speaking to those Colin Kaepernick people. Say, hey, rich white guy, you feel that blacks are treated unfairly by police and you want to fix it. That's okay. But the way you're doing it is bad because you're giving money to Black Lives Matter, and they're terrible. They anti-American. They do nothing to fix police brutality. Even if it's true, they don't do anything. And they hate capitalism. So you're basically funding your own demise. And then you have this argument about CRT, and do you know what the definition is? And what did this one say? And the bottom line is, we all know 1619 is in all these schools, and it openly says racism, anti-black racism, is in the DNA of America. Well, last I heard, DNA couldn't be changed. So even if you tear the whole system down, when you rebuild a new one, it's still going to be racist in the DNA unless you get rid of the white people. So I think people need to know what's in the schools, what BLM says in their own words. And if you still believe it after hearing what I found, then so be it. But I think most people will say, I did not know they went that far, and I will have to at the least stop giving them money.
The book is Race Crazy. I would encourage people to get it. Charles, I've always had this belief. I think I'm right, but who knows? I believe prejudice is human nature. Maybe not based on skin color, but I think we all have some of it. It's just no one wants to talk about theirs, whether it's black people, white people, Hispanics, whether maybe you don't like Muslims, maybe you don't like Christians, maybe you don't like Jews. I think some form of prejudice is in all of us. Am I wrong?
Well, I often say when I speak, one of the first things I like to start from the macro level. The first thing I say is the worst part of the radical left is that they're trying to fix human nature. So even if they have good intentions, they will never be successful because you can't stop it. Like you said, they'll just find something else to dislike you about. There are black people within neighborhoods that don't like other black people, or white people in neighborhoods. You can't change whatever somebody's believing. How are you going to police thought? How do you do that? So they're trying to reprogram because they think they can fix something they can't fix. So even if you agree with them, as I keep saying, you are spinning your wheels. And you know what the biggest part is? We're not talking about solutions. So even if there are problems, we're not talking about it because we're arguing about, what's the definition of CRT and and is the NFL a slave trade? Slave auction or whatever.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.